Hello everyone, I have another LCD Arduino project. This time I'm going to have the IR remote. What I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be sending an IR signal to my IR receiver tied to my Arduino Uno. And the code that I transmit will be decoded into hexadecimal code and displayed on my LCD display. Okay. Um, There is an Arduino example to receive Arduino code and infrared code, and to display in hexadecimal in the serial monitor. And the serial monitor is right here on your Arduino IDE, and that code usually any IR signals received by the Arduino shows up in here in the serial monitor. But this, instead of having it print out in the serial monitor, I'm going to have it print out the values, the IR receive codes in hexadecimal, and be printed out here on the LCD display. So this will take 1 second, and let me go to my code right here. So I had to modify the example to print on the LCD display instead of printing it in the serial monitor. So sorry, I'm kind of short of breath here because I've been doing a lot of talking today. But let me just go over it real quick. If you go into the IR receive demo, this is updated code. If your Arduino does not have this library right here, go to update boards and go to IR Arduino. It's under Kin Sheriff, and it's called IR remote. And once you download that, you just zip the unzip the library, and then you'll have this code. Make sure to do the LCD display around, you got to do a few things differently. First, you got to declare your LCD liquid crystal on top, and that's this guy right here. It says include liquid crystal library. This you can get out of the LCD example, and all you do is just copy and paste it. So if you go to LCD, that's right there, and you just go right there, any of the LCD codes, and you just copy the library, which is here. All right. And you're also going to copy the declaration. This is all your hardwires. This is all your wires going to the LCD on the Arduino. So copy that as well to the IR code and put it on top, put it above the setup right here. Make sure you drop it in there, anywhere. In this case, the receive pin for this IR code was originally 11. And if you see right here, the LCD is using pin 11. So what I did is I changed this 11 to a 7 to an open pin. This doesn't have to be 7, just be any pin. I just this IR code and the liquid crystal code was going to utilize the same pin 11. So I just reallocated this to another pin. So I just made pin 7 because pin 7 is empty. So this receive pin is the actual signal, the IR signal, right here, that goes. So you see S plus and negative. So plus is your 5 volts, negative is your ground. Your S, which I have going here. Now I said Arduino Uno, but this is actually an Arduino Mega. So it's just got a little bit more pins on it. So that's not a big deal. Just make sure you change it in your tool settings up here. When you go to tools, just make sure you got the right board you're using. In this case, I'm using a Mega. If you're using an Uno, you would select Uno, and make sure you got a COM port. That is your communication wire going to your computer to your Arduino. See that black wire right there, tied to the Arduino. Make sure that is checked, so you are communicating to the board. You have the right board selected, and we'll go from there. So, getting back to it, I said make sure you bring over the LCD library and bring over the declaration of what pins you're using on your Arduino. This is Arduino Mega, And you're going to do one more trick. Instead of printing to the serial monitor, which is up here, like I said before, you're going to be printing it on the LCD display right here. So here's the trick. After you brought over the LCD library, and after you brought the declarations and you changed your pin, so you're not sharing the same pin as 11, and right here it says serial print. I just lost my spot. Sorry, give me a second. Here, right here. Sorry, I had a brain fart there. So this was originally serial. Right here, it was serial print in. It was like this. All right. Serial print in. What it's going to do is going to enable the IR pin, but this is going to get displayed in the serial monitor. You don't really need to do this. If you want to, you can change it to LCD.printin. But in this case, this was the modified right here. Originally, this said serial print in, just like above here. But I took out the serial, the capital S serial. I took that out and I put LCD.printin. Now this is going to work because of this library up here that you included, the liquid crystal, and you declare what pins are what that are connected to your Arduino. And when you do LCD printin, it's going to print to the LCD instead of the serial monitor on the IDE. So let's give it a whirl. All right, got my code in. I got my IR transmitter. Now you can use any IR. You can use the your TV remote. So if you do it like this, boom, I hit the button that tells me what hexadecimal code came from the IR. Now I'm trying to get this focus. Now you see the 776CE, 776C6E7A. That's the actual code I hit on a button. Now that means whatever, if I hit up or down, it'll give me a different code. This FFF right here, what this means is a code from the remote saying you held down the button. So when you see FFF, it just means that it's a duration of how long you held the button. If you keep holding it down, it will just keep going FFFFF. And if I hit so if on my TV remote, if I go down, it goes FFFF, which should be the repeat. Let me clear this real quick. You clear it by hitting your reset on your Arduino, the little red button. So if I go volume down, it's going to give me that code, and it's going to tell me FFF, I held it down, how long I held it down. If I go up, it's going to give me a different code, and then FFFF, because I held it down for a while. So let me clear it out again. This is my little Radio Shack remote. It has 8 little switches on there. Each one has a little code on it, different. So once you figure out what button is go to what code, then you can program, okay, if you receive this code, then it'll make this motor move or whatnot. So here I go. I'm going to choose one of the buttons, and this is my IR receiver right here next to it. So as soon as I hit the button, I'll get this code, and you see it just keeps going. So, as you can see, I have an Arduino that reads IR code, any code, converts it to hexadecimal, and displays it on the LCD. So this is going to be handy when you're trying to control whether your TV or a motor or anything you want to do. First, you want to know what IR code you're receiving, so then you can go to your code and say, okay, if you receive this IR code, make this motor move or make this TV go on and off. So that's how it goes. So for right now, I can receive code, and it will tell me what the code is in hexadecimal, and then I can figure out what I can control, what I can turn off. I can turn my TV off, I can turn my fireplace off, I can turn my IR fan off and on, Just gotta find out what the code is for that remote, and then I can send it back through the Arduino, which I can with a transmitter IR. I can repeat that code back from the Arduino to whatever device I'm trying to control. So it's really cool. IR is really cool. I know people talk a lot about Bluetooth and Wi-Fi. Bluetooth and Wi-Fi is great, but there's so much capability with IR too. So I know IR gets forgotten, but IR is really cool when you're doing short distances. Now IR is susceptible to sunshine and incandescent lighting, but you can do a lot of stuff with IR. You can send messages back and forth through IR to a transmitter receiver. So it's really cool. I know Bluetooth is awesome and Wi-Fi is awesome, but IR is pretty cool too. All right, so I'm gonna let you guys keep programming. Hope I helped out. And if you have any questions, always hit me up on my YouTube page, TimmyLee28 at youtube.com, and I'll keep doing short little videos like this. And obviously I have my sensor board all decked out, so I'm ready to do some more projects. I have ultrasonic rangefinders, I have LCD displays, touch sensors, stepper motors, other things. I have a IR receiver array. It's going to be really cool. So more videos coming. Don't worry. And have a good night. All right, take it easy. Bye.